well, somebody's wife, girlfriend, significant other, stating that her husband, boyfriend, significant other, was upset because he doesn't get to ride anymore. He works too much. He was thinking about giving up the bike. I actually have a friend that I haven't talked to in a while that did that exact same thing. Another friend now has his bike because he was working too much and didn't have time to actually enjoy it. He couldn't justify the payments for something he wasn't enjoying. And there are isolated incidents like that. I know his work situation and it's legitimate. He doesn't commute, he stays at work for a while. So I got to thinking, some people treat me like I'm a little crazy because I am very, what I like to call, bike-centric. Which pretty much means, much to people's amusement, everything I do seems to center around my motorcycle. I just started a new job. I work on site, and it'll be the same site repeatedly. Well, one of my first questions was, can I ride my bike there and park my bike there overnight because I'm working third shift? Would that be okay? And they laughed. I'm like, that's an odd question. I don't think we've been asked that before. And that's not the first time I've asked that during a job interview. It's like, can I? Because I ride to work. I don't like not being able to ride. And sometimes you do get caught up in the tasks of everyday life. And you don't have the time to actually just go for a random ride. You got too much stuff going on, too many priorities. So, anytime that I can, I get on Penny and I ride her to work. When I first got her, I was literally riding to work in 29 degrees freezing rain in the wintertime, and I would have to get to work 20 minutes early, so I had time to take my multi-layers of gear off. Again, much to co-workers' amusement. But that's when I first got the Harley, and I was excited about it. And I was going to find a way to ride. In the summertime, it's easy. Sometimes it's a little hot because we've been going through a pretty good warm spell. But anyways, my point is, if you can't ride for recreation, then incorporate it into your daily tasks. You can't ride because you work too much? Well, ride to work. Find a way. I spent first couple of days of new jobs scouting out a safe place to leave the bike when I wasn't on it. I've been fortunate enough to work at places that have shops and whatnot, so I'll lock it up during the day when I'm out in the company truck or whatever. When you go to work at 5 in the morning, I'm not a morning person. Anybody who knows me will tell you that. But when it's 5 in the morning and I'm groggy and that first cup of coffee hasn't kicked in yet, or energy drink, depending on the time of the year, I hop on there and fire up the twin cam, and it instantly wakes me up. My wife asks me quite often, "You're really tired, are you sure you should get on the bike?" And I have to keep explaining to her, the moment I hear those pipes rumble, I am wide awake. I like to ride safely. I like to be alert. There's nothing better than to wake up to the rumble of your pipes. And even if it's a brisk morning, either ride with the visor up or, I wear a half shell, and that cold wind in your face, by the time you get to the job site or to your office or to your shop, you're wide awake and you're ready for the day. So there's a plus to riding to work. I can get really tired at work, really physically wore out. I'll be honest, there are times when I know it's going to be a really rough day and I don't feel quite comfortable about hopping on her and don't feel safe about it. So I will take a four-wheeler, take a cage to work. But a lot of times, most of the time, it's been a rough day, you get stressed out, you get overwhelmed. Getting on that bike, twisting the throttle, especially on wide open backcountry roads, it calms you down. And I don't know about you, but when I get on the bike, I tend to kind of bleed everything away. After the first couple of miles, the only thing I'm thinking about is the rubber meeting the road. I don't like to take work home, so getting on the bike after work helps me decompress. You know, you're by yourself, nobody can talk to you. Make sure that if you have comms or, you know, some kind of Bluetooth connections or whatever, turn all that off. Let your wife know or your girlfriend know that when you're riding home, that's your time. And you're going to turn the phone off or not answer it for a little while. It's not safe to do that while you're riding anyways. I don't understand these people that have these long phone conversations while they're on the bike. I'm not that good at multitasking, I guess. More power to you, but I can't do that. My wife knows when I'm riding. If it's important, she'll give me a text saying it's important or a 911 or something, and I'll pull off to the side, jump off the bike and light a cigarette and call her. But most of the time, she knows when I'm on the bike, I'm on the bike. But anyways, that's diverging a little bit. My point and the title of this video is take the long way. I like to be on time, so if it takes 15 minutes to get to my job, I will leave 20-25 minutes before it's time to be at my job. Well, when I'm on the bike, I'll leave 35 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. And then you know what I do? I take the long way. I'm one of those people, I don't like to travel the same route over and over again. Sometimes you don't have a choice, I get it, but with all the backcountry roads and different highways out here, different two-lane highways and whatnot, I have options. So I try not to take the same route to the same place over and over again. I get bored, I get complacent. I don't like that. I like different routes, different scenery, different things to look at. It keeps me awake, keeps me alert. But the one thing I try to do is, there's a direct route. There's a direct route from my house to my work, where literally I have to, in the 15 to 20 minutes it takes to get there, I have to hit the brakes maybe twice, and the rest of it's just rolling. And I can be there in probably 15 minutes if I keep in the throttle. But normally it takes 15 to 20 minutes to get there with traffic and all that. But if I can leave 25 minutes, 30 minutes early, then I can take some extra back roads, windy, twisty, turny, different farms, different views of the hills and the mountains, and relax just a little bit more. So, I know how long it takes to get there. I know how long I want to take to get there, because we need that therapy time. And when work hour, if you're working 50, 60 hours a week, you got to get in where you fit in. And that's why I commute on my motorcycle. So to me, there's nothing more disheartening than hearing that statement. He's upset. He's thinking about getting rid of the bike because he doesn't have time to ride it anymore. I don't get that. Like I said, I don't understand everybody's circumstances, so I don't judge people. Try not to judge people. But as far as I'm concerned, I will make a spot for riding, and when I do, I'll take the long way.